Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we will talk about Essex Property Trust, traded at New York Stock Exchange, ticker name ESS. And before we continue, I would like to ask you, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you will not miss our new videos, interesting discussions also for another US-based stocks. So coming back to Essex, we see that 2 days in a row it's showing very significant upwards behavior, and two white candlesticks were formed. Actually, the last one is almost shadowless, only a small tip here on the top, and it's stopped actually after hitting moving average 20 here, the green line. By the way, we have three moving averages here depicted. As always, it's moving average 20, 50 and 200 being green, blue and red lines correspondingly. So now the question is it going to go further upwards, or shall it behave similarly like it did previous waves? For example, when it was in about 10 of October, about actually two times in the beginning of September, and then about 15 of September, also in July, etc. We can see that the price was not really able to pierce upwards of two moving averages going down, and the question is now, will it change or not? And for that we need to look in general the trend, and the trend, if you look at it, is so-called parallel movement downtrend, meaning like there is a moving average 200 here, this red line, it's almost linear, and for last 4 months, and you can see that the price is actually also going with this line linearly. Let's draw it like with the gray. It's growing linearly actually downwards, almost parallel with moving average 200, and these are moving averages 20 and 50 floating around each other, kind of showing sequences of positive and negative magic crosses, and the price is just bouncing from the bottom top to the top, meaning like it tries to actually to pierce this trend line, let's call it T1. So it tries to pierce this trend line from the bottom, but always is unsuccessful, and then returns downwards back all the time. And now what we see, the last wave is actually 2 steps downwards wave, and this T1 line, it works not only as a top of the trading channel, the ceiling, but also as an attractor, because it attracts the price all the time. And now what we saw 3 days ago, the price was quite low. Also RSI was very low here. We almost touched oversold area below 30, and MACD wise we were actually at the second negative wave on the minimum, and now the wave is recovering. So what we clearly see here, like 3 days ago, it was very bullish momentum, and indeed it worked as expected, causing the price to go up and return to the trend one line. Now what could happen at the beginning of next week? Still by inertia we can pierce it up a little bit, but there is no any other solid news that might change the situation. And overall it's again expected that the price will start another circle downwards, and this would open some nice entry opportunities for Essex. And with that we just need to look what are those lines of supports where we can enter. And if we do so, we can clearly see that actually there are several lines actually on a downwards moving trend, and those lines actually are depicted here. And if you look carefully here, you see that the first line, let's call it S1, and second one S2. Actually the line S1 in this case works as a resist here for the upcoming trend, and this part of it will work as a resist, and probably price will not be able to pierce higher than this one. Also, even should it take place, there is second resist line here staying on the top, and this would be the named R1. So overall what we see, that downwards moving trend T1 is also combined with actually lower channel of downwards move, and this is channel, let's call it T2, and actually T1, T2 also form very parallel movement downwards channel. So to change this channel, something serious should happen, some serious change of the company's behavior or news or any incomes, etc. Because otherwise, in general, this is the downwards trend. It might be fluctuating on the top or on the bottom of it, but still nothing says that the channel will change. And in that sense, actually, this company is kind of going downwards, although momentarily again it might be seen some piercing up towards the channel T1. Overall, we can say the company is still kind of declining. Though it's a big company, 13 billions actually trust, and in that sense, it's quite slow going with time, if you see, but still it's declining. And until we see any severe change here, nothing speaks it will change the channel or upwards channel will be formed. So in that sense, at the moment the price is actually in the middle of RSI wise, and also it's almost piercing upwards the T1. So it's better to wait until the price will return, and once it's returned to the channel T1, T2, then you can enter, and then the entry levels will be actually starting from the middle of the channel all the way below, just here. And once you do this, you are in this area, it's advised to buy, because then actually the price will become very bullish. Actually the chart behavior will become very bullish momentarily, and from there on you can expect for reversive movement. Also, we need to look here at another triangle forming, it's T1S2, and should the price then return, if we see any volatility at S2 level, it still might be that price will actually go higher levels and the channel will change, but this can be, as I said, related only to some solid news, so we need to wait for news either for Essex. Otherwise, if no news comes, T1, T2 should reconfirm again, and nothing speaks that it will change any soon, especially after given COVID restrictions increasing. So overall downward trend is kind of a global now, and Essex property will just follow that one. So with this is all for ESS. As I also said at the beginning, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you will not miss new videos and new interesting discussions for US-based stocks.